Just waiting for people to join. Let's get this rolling, hey? Oh, we've already got one viewer in. That's great to see. Let's get this ring light going. Probably better to change it to something a bit more warmer. Yeah, that looks good. Of course, you can see a big ring light, but I think that that looks fine. How is everyone? How is everyone doing today? Just going to share this to a couple friends. Right, have we got anyone in at the minute? Just waiting for some interaction. Anyone letting me know that you're watching? That'd be cool. On such a weird angle. Oh, we've got 2 people in. Nice to see. Just gonna lower myself. As you can see, we are currently in the girlfriends with the said fish tank that we recently set up. I think this is the best angle, maybe. Yeah, I guess. We've got 3 people in. Nice to see some interaction. Or not interaction, but viewers. This is a bit hectic. Just trying to get the right setup, really. There's a better face on. I don't really want the reflection of the big ring light. This, I guess. I guess this is what we're gonna have to work with. That good to use? Does that look any good? I think it looks all right. You've just got a big circle in the middle of the fish tank, but it's the best way you'll be able to see me, I guess, having this ring light on. So yeah, we're just waiting for some people to leave some comments or something in the chat to let me know that you're watching. Hope you leave a like as well. If you could let me know that you're in the live right now. If you're liking the content, if you're liking what's been coming out, a lot of shorts that I've been putting up. Got a couple more coming out later. Just been spamming the hell out of them. A lot of different shorts and random shorts, really. Short, I would like to say, isn't my best kind of quality. Mia can come in, by the way. Yeah, so if you don't know, I'm in my girlfriend's at the minute. I'm doing a live here. This is where this tank is home to, basically. Set this up and it lives here. It's at the minute it's settling in quite nicely. Starting to see a slight bit of algae. A little bit on the wood just there. Not sure if you can see that, but I'll show you if you want to see it. It's even bubbling. Yeah, the algae is paling. So yeah, it is the closest thing to the light, in all honesty. But yeah, so far so good. Tank is growing in well. If you don't know already, we have a new inhabitant in the tank. That is our lovely jubbly Pandagara, who is going a bit crazy in the back at the minute. I don't know why. Is he digging a hole? I don't know what he's doing. He's all good. Yeah, we've got 2 people watching. Don't know if you're watching. Are you watching? Don't need to be silent. People know who you are.
Yeah.
Wait, you got me on now?
I'm gonna share the link.
Oh, okay. I don't know who else is watching. Did you just like it?
I did earlier.
I don't know. Creddy boy. Nice to see a new face. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live. Basically, I'm just doing a live chatting about fish stuff, plans for future content, talking about different things here and there. Talking about this tank. This tank I've recently set up. My video that was out 5, almost 6 days ago now, is based on this tank. If you haven't seen it already, make sure to check it out. Give it some love. It's doing really well. It's on track to being my most liked video. It's on 1.7k views at the moment. It's on 58 likes. My most liked video is my first ever video. That's on 59 likes. So it'd be great to see some more love on that video. We're trying to get that out as much as possible. Put a lot of effort and time into this one. Okay, cool. I stumbled on your live. I used to be in the hobby, but it's been a while. Hey, man, listen. People come in and out of the hobby. I've been in the hobby now for probably around, I'd probably say 5 years now, just over maybe. And yeah, I appreciate that, cred boy. Really do. It'd be nice to see you being part of the channel, seeing the growth on the race to 1,000 subscribers. Basically, want to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and want to pump out as much fish related content as possible. These lives are kind of like a way for me to have interaction with new people like yourself, but also people who subscribe to the channel, so I can have like a conversation with you, back and forth, responding to your comments in the chat, and your questions basically, but also giving channel updates. So I'll basically give a couple updates here and there on what's going on. So at the moment in the works is the plans to be upgrading my main tank that's in my house, which is very exciting. I've had this tank for almost as long as I've been in the hobby, basically. It's a Fluval Flex. If you check out a video on my channel, Fish Tank Evolution, you'll see that I've had a small nano tank upgraded to the Fluval Flex, and then I have tore the guts out of that thing. I have rearranged it, changed it round to something else. So it is no longer the starter kit that you purchase in a store. It is basically the shell of the tank. So it's just the glass with used to be an external filter. Funny enough, that external canister filter is now on this. And don't worry, I'll get into the conversation about filtration and the biological things and all stuff like that later on. But I used this filter to basically quick start this tank. It was taking too long to cycle. It was a fishless cycle. I don't like the idea of just throwing fish in. Do I only do freshwater? Yeah, I only do freshwater at the moment. If you get me to 1,000 subscribers, the potential of me doing saltwater could be on the cards. I've had a couple of conversations with the guy from Something Fishy. His name is Andy, I believe. He's a great guy. And it's on the cards definitely in the future when I get a bit more experience, but I'm hoping to do saltwater in the future, but I'll definitely be documenting my journey through that, as well as I've never kept saltwater, and it would be something that I'm afraid of it, I'll be honest, because I'm so a novice to it. I'm not a novice to fish keeping in general, but saltwater fish I know is a different realm. It's a lot more expensive. It's a lot more time consuming. It takes a lot longer for things to settle. Once it's settled, it can be fine. But again, if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, maybe that will be possible and it'll be on the cards, definitely, for sure. I want the content to be able to pay for itself at some point. At the moment, it's all just coming from my bank account and my wages from my job that I've been working. So if I can make this my job, it'd be a dream, really. But let's have a look what you said there. It's not too tough, to be honest. The money and the care is hassle. Yeah, see, the thing is, with the tanks that I set up, stay away from hard coral. I'll keep that in mind. The tanks I set up, they're kind of like a little ecosystem. They look after themselves. Of course, there is a small canister filter and internal filter, but that is just kind of to speed up the cycle and make sure that this tank is settled. I think there is around, if I count the amount of fish that's in there right now, I think there is 10 fish. So I've got 6 pencil fish, a pleco, a pandagora, and 2 nanacara anamola. I think that's how it's pronounced anyway. But yeah, basically I've been investing quite a lot of money into my journey on the fish keeping side of things. Before I started making my content, I was quite relaxed. I just had my own tank. Obviously, I was keeping rarer kind of things, which I still have in the tank. But basically, I weren't like going as crazy as I have been when it comes to setting up tanks, when it comes to getting more fish, getting content. I wasn't ever making content, so since I started making content, it's driven the passion that I've had. I've finally been able to like have an output in making videos and making content and setting up tanks. So I've set up a tank for a friend of mine. I've rescaped my cousin's tank. I originally set up that tank for him anyway. And now this tank is my girlfriend's, which she's in the background there, so thank you again, Mia. Because I am not allowed anything more than the one tank in a bowl, which is why I'm excited to have a new tank being set up in my house. It has to fit on the stand, unfortunately, but I've done the measurements right, and by the looks of things, I may potentially be getting a Superfish Scaper 90, which is a 90 litre, so that's around 33 litres more than the Fluval Flex, which is very exciting for me because I'll be able to stock a couple more fish maybe. And let's see, it's always nice when you can share it with people, keeps that passion going. Exactly, Crab Boy. The hobby for me, I've been in it for 5 years and only making videos for probably 3 months, going towards 4. And I'm on 400 subscribers, as you can see. Hoping to get 1,000 by the end of the year. But if you can share me with your friends, your fish keeping friends that want to get into the hobby or want to know stuff about fish, that would be great as well. And nice to see AV Scapes in the chat. He's always supporting me. If you don't know who he is, me and him done a collab on a fishbowl. He lives in Canada and he come over to see his dad. He lives around half an hour away from me. I finished work and went over to his. We made this video. It's a really cool video. Really enjoyed that video. It got quite a lot of love and interaction, but it didn't get the views that I think it deserves. So if you want to see a video that is really entertaining, really cool, and you want to see someone that makes a lot more relaxed kind of content and stuff like that, check out AV Scapes. He's got some new videos coming out very soon. Unfortunately, I never made Fish Nerd Friends. Well, you've made one now. You can be my Fish Nerd friend through YouTube, and I do have an Instagram as well. It's strange because, to be honest, the only Fish Nerd friends I had was me harassing the shop workers every time I went in a fish store to talk to them about something because I didn't know anyone, and my cousin, who I dragged into the hobby, but he loves it now. He's kept quite a variety of fish as well. His setup is Aquascape Cube. It's the first video that shows up when you go on my channel. I think it's like the trailer video. And then, as I was saying earlier, AV Scapes is another person who I've made friends with through my YouTube journey and content creation, but we've met up, we've become friends through it, and yeah, we message daily almost, so we update each other on our ideas and stuff like that. So it was really great to make a friend through the hobby. But I'm sure with you now being subscribed to my channel, I'll be chatting to you through the comments and even Instagram. If you check out my Instagram, I think it's in my bio on my YouTube channel. I think my actual YouTube name, if you search it on Instagram, can have a conversation if you want to send me pictures of your tank. I'm not sure. I think you said that you're not part of the hobby anymore. And I see my girlfriend's auntie is in the chat saying fish are friends, not food. Nice to see you, Becca. Or share when I'm losing the plot. Yeah, so as you can tell, this is a bit more of like a relaxed kind of thing. I'm not like super serious all the time. Although my videos kind of come across a little serious, they're just kind of short and sweet, as I know in this generation and in this world where we all love TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts, that nobody wants to sit there for an hour watching something because they lose attention unless you enjoy that kind of stuff. But I will be making longer videos in the future. It's just obviously I think my content has kind of got its own style and taste at the moment. I'm thinking about making a low-tech fish shrimp recommendation: shrimp bowls. If you're not wanting to get a big tank and you're just wanting something small, simple, looks after itself, shrimp bowl. I had one that was abandoned for a year, so I say abandoned, I was still feeding them like maybe once a week. I don't think I ever changed the water. There was no live plants. The light that was on there was a battery one on the lid, and it was awful. It was gifted to me by my cousin. It was awful, but I had 7 shrimp in there, and the 7 lived. None of them died. They just lived in. When I emptied the bowl out to put them in the new bowl setup on my channel, it was like smelling the bottom of the sewers.
Oh, that was bad.
It was the worst, like, yeah. But they were nice and healthy. Didn't smell healthy to me, but it was great for the shrimp. They loved it. They never bred in there, unfortunately. But I'm hoping they breed in this new setup that me and AV have made. Might make an update on that, probably not soon, probably further down the line. I want it to kind of grow into its own thing. I might add some more things to it, yeah. As long as they're happy, that's all that matters. Exactly. I haven't given any update on what's happened, but I have lost 2 shrimp now. Nothing to do with water parameters, nothing to do with water quality. The shrimp that were from that original 1 year setup were put in this bowl. I think they've just died of old age. There was no discoloring. They were perfectly blue. It looked like they'd just frozen in time and they were gone. So I took one of them out, got rid of it. But then the other one, I've been watching a guy called Father Fish on YouTube. He's like an older gentleman that gives advice on fish keeping. He basically says all these different things that, like, these big corporations and companies like they tell you that you have to test yours, you have to do all this. In my opinion, your eye is the way to monitor if there's something wrong. If you see the fish breathing heavily and stuff like that, if you see them flicking on rocks, if you see them gasping, then general knowledge basically. But obviously when it's a new setup, it's important to test your water, get it tested, etc. Yeah, Father Fish. So basically he was saying if a fish dies, bury it into the substrate. It's the perfect fertilizer for your plants. So guess what I did with the dead shrimp? Buried it in the bottom of the bowl. It's now part of the ecosystem, basically. Exactly. Yeah, he's made me think, but he's great to have in. We've got 7 people. I don't know how many of these 7 people are Mia's family. She has shared this with a couple of family members. So it's nice to see yous. I haven't seen yous in a while. When I get round to it, I will. I just seen a little of our show, so yeah, you're watching. Anyways, so updates on the channel, new tank, probably next month. I've booked a week off work. That wasn't to do with getting a new tank or anything like that, but now that I've got that idea, done the measurements, I think it falls into place perfectly. That I'm gonna empty my tank out, record it all, document it all, put it all into one video. Because to me, I think this is going to be kind of an emotional experience. I've torn this tank down multiple times, but it's been there in my room since I basically started the hobby. I'm going to be emptying it out and getting rid of it. I think I might put it for sale, but if someone wants to buy a Fluval Flex with a glued on light that isn't part of the kit with holes in the lid, I don't think anyone will want it. Now, everyone's going to probably say in this chat now, why don't you keep it? Why don't you set it up again and put it somewhere? If it were down to me, I would, but I've got nowhere to put it. I'm not going to take the mickey and put it here. Because I just see Mia give me a look as soon as I said, I don't know what to do with it. And then second of all, it can't go in my house because I'm still living with my parents. I don't want to be pushing further than I already am by getting a new tank. My mum has OCD, so if you mess with like the cleanliness or the look of things, it ruins it. It's customized, so someone would buy. Maybe they would. If I had a couple thousand subscribers, maybe a subscriber buy it off me or take it off me, but I might be able to convince my cousin or my friend from work to take it. Maybe they'll want it, but as far as I know, it's probably going to get chucked, unfortunately. But moving on, put it in my ears. See, AV, I knew you were going to say something like that. She's there. I don't even need to ask her. Just looking into her eyes, it's a no. So,
what did he say?
AV commented saying put it in my ears.
Oh. I can see you eyeing up that space in the corner.
There is a space just there, actually. Just there. And there's a plug there. Maybe if I get in the good books. Right, actually, you know what? If I get 500 subscribers by the end of the month.
No, this was peer pressure.
I peer pressured you last time, to be fair.
Yeah.
Minx would definitely get in it.
Who said that?
Becca.
Oh.
She hasn't got in this yet. There's a nice fitted lid. There's a fitted lid on the other one too. There's little gaps in it though. No, if I were to do that, I don't want to take the mick first of all, because this is peer pressure, as she said, and also second of all, I'll probably get a new tank. I want a fresh start. I also want something like this where it's flat, where I can record it, and there's not deep scratches or dirt on it. I've been scraping at this glass for ages in my tank, and it's awful to film through. Not really a fish keeper until the door gets busted down by the police because they think you're growing. You know what? I haven't had that yet. But if I set up a fish room, I'm sure the pigeons are going to be sitting on my roof in no time. Cats are very clever. Yeah, Minx isn't that clever, I'll be honest. She falls out the window and gets locked outside when she's a house cat.
She can be clever when she wants to be.
When she wants to be. Which is like 1 out of 10, so she's not getting in this anyway. This is taped down. Minx would literally have to go. And I think she's a bit dumb for that. Touch wood, touch wood, so. Touch wood, touch wood. Let's make it YouTube official. AV, you can't pressure me or her into doing it. I know what you want, but we're not going to use that tank. I'm probably going to get rid of it. I think it'll be classed as end of an era. But yeah, moving on, updates. So we've hit 400. So thank you very much everyone that has got me to 400. It's been a grind and a half, and we had a point where we were at 340 for about 2 weeks, and that was probably the first time since I set up the channel or started making videos for the channel that we had no growth. It was just dead, and it was a hard period, to be honest. It sounded like I've been through the trenches. It was rough because mentally, you know, you want to keep the ball rolling, you want to keep the momentum going, but I'm sure AV can relate as well. But at the end of the day, we kept pushing, we kept putting content out, and in the end, we started getting the ball rolling again. And with the recent video on this bad boy, it's proved that, you know, you've just got to keep going, and that's kind of the mindset with this. Just got to keep putting the content out, keep making videos. I know that a lot of my videos and my most successful ones have probably been based on setting up tanks, but I also want to do educational ones. I have been putting polls out there and questionnaires and stuff in my community tab on YouTube and Instagram. Nobody's interacting. They like it. They like the post. Nobody's voting. I don't know why it's confusing. I'd like people to potentially leave a comment, or not you commenting on the live whilst you're literally just there. Yeah, I want people to interact more. So if you're new to the channel, please you know, leave votes and vote in the polls, leave your comments, leave suggestions on content you'd like to see, that you'd like me to talk about. I want to do a Q&A, but every time I tend to put a poll out, nobody votes. Again, I'm not big time yet. I've only got 400 subscribers, so it's understandable, but that's a video I really want to make because I want to answer people's questions, and you know, I think it'd be an interesting video to do that. I'd enjoy making a video like that. But let's get on to showing the tank. She took the words right out of my mouth. Exactly. Well, let's get on to this. So since the setup of the tank, we've had quite a bit of growth. So I need to get them red root floaters from underneath that filter. There's still some there, and they have been growing, but the filter there pushes it down. There's our dwarf cichlid. He is doing beautiful. He is gorgeous. Funny, actually, I'll give an update. Him and the female that's in the tank with him, they haven't paired up yet, but he was attacking the hell out of her and wouldn't leave her alone. And there she is in the back. She's gorgeous, by the way. She likes to lurk around in the back. That's her territory. And he was bullying the hell out of her. Oh, is this one of your friends, Mia? Or is this a new person, Lizzie?
No.
Oh, welcome to the chat, Lizzie. Yeah, well, we'll consider that soon, Becca. It's just that we've got a certain type of style, but with me setting up a new tank, I'm probably going to use it in that, maybe. But yeah, see, she's become the bully. Look at him flying away. So yeah, that's funny. He was bullying her, and now she's turned the tables on him, and he is terrified of her. So that is funny to see that the dynamics changed. The pencil fish have been showing like breeding behavior. I'm going to probably be getting some more from a place called the Aquatic Warehouse, Liverpool. That's an Aintree. So that'll be cool. I'll be doing a fish shop tour on them in a couple of weeks once they've set up the tanks. Since the video was set up as well, we've seen some breakdown of leaves and different behavior. The pleco that I added in, it lives in that gap. Can we see it? Yes, we can actually. See in there, I'm not sure. Yeah, I can zoom in. If you see them spots there, that is the pleco. So the pleco lives in there. He crashes around everywhere. If you don't know, this guy was in my main tank. He's lived with me for over 2 years now. He's hard as nails. He's been through mistakes and tank wipeouts. He's great. And he's moved into here as he needed a new home, as he was getting a bit territorial. He'd lived in that tank a lot longer than the other fish, and he was tank boss, and I didn't like what he was doing. He was kind of bullying the male epistogramma, who's the centerpiece fish. These two pencil fish were just breeding, or not breeding, but showing behavior like that. So yeah, just to show you, these plants right here were all down to here. So they've doubled in size, and once they get up to the top, I'm going to give them a trim, I'm going to replant them, and I'm going to keep doing that because this is getting a lot more dense. It's growing in a lot more.
I really like that one there.
Oh, the Echinodorus, yeah. So the Valsinaria is growing really well. That's nice to see. The red tiger lotus as well. This is took off. Look at it. Sending out a new leaf almost every day. Now, usually these kind of either grow right to the surface or they'll stay. And this one's kind of turned into a nice bush. So I like that. No CO2 on this setup. This is just a planted aquarium. No liquid fertilizer. I'll give this in mind actually. No liquid fertilizer on this setup. No CO2. I do use CO2 on the other tank. I was using it as an experiment. It's failed. Oh, as you can see there, the female just attacked the male. Look how gorgeous she is. Yeah, we did for a moment. It's back down to 4. So in this tank, I'll just tell you what it is. Literally sand and oh wow. This shows how good. Have you noticed this? Look at this. This shows how good the aquasoil is. This is tropic aquasoil. I've used this on every time I've used my cousin's setups. I haven't used it on my main tank. I need to, because the success is proven right here. You can see all this growth. Look at that. The roots. This is off the red tiger lotus. The bulb is just there underneath the sand. You can't see it.
Oh wow.
But all them roots are going right the way down into there.
I actually didn't notice that, so you pointed it out.
So that just proves how good tropical aquasoil is. And you can also see, again, this female's being a bit relentless. She's getting her own back. If you can see on the back of her tail, she's got a bit of a torn up tail. And this male's starting to get one a bit because, obviously, they're fighting. Hopefully, they settle the differences and start breeding soon. As you can see again, the reds are doing really well. This is a Superfish 60 tank. Yeah, this is what I mean. This whole tank, it's so vibrant. It's I think the method it's called, if you put like soil underneath sand, is called the Wallstad method or something like that. I'll show you real quick what the box looks like. Oh, there's Minx. Everyone knows Minx from the recent video. She's gonna cause some mayhem and probably knock over this light.
Yeah, the box is huge.
Yeah. She's meowing at me. She's usually not really the friendliest with anyone, to be honest. But yeah, there's the tank. The box. If you want to know what it is, it's called Start 70 Tropical Kit. It's a Superfish kit. It's a really good kit, to be honest. You get the heater, the filter, beneficial bacteria, dechlorinator, a thermometer. She's meowing like hell because she's wondering what the hell's going on with the cat tower. Oh god, get her down if you could. And you've got the fish net as well, so you get everything on there. She's gonna have to get kicked back out, and she's not happy about it. Yeah, if you could throw her out, please. Sorry, Minx.
Close the door.
Go on, quick. She's back in.
No.
Hang on. You're going to have to, like, grab her.
Okay. This is more behind the scenes.
Right, behind the scenes.
Because she is just...
She's not
moody
happy.
as hell.
I'll close the door behind you and then... Yeah, okay. Minx has been escorted out. She, by the way, we're trying to train her at the minute. Yeah, we're trying to train her at the moment to stop hopping up on here because obviously cats love fish. They absolutely love fish and she can probably smell the fish and she wants to eat them. But yeah, carrying on with the tank anyway, I'll turn this light away for a moment so you're not seeing a big ring. So yeah, this is the tank. It's growing in really well. I'm excited to see how it goes. Again, you can see that female is relentlessly chasing that male until obviously they sort themselves out, which they probably will. But yeah, no fates at all, just natural growth, and it seems to be doing really well. Crypts are doing great. No melt at all, which is surprising. Crypt melt is a massive thing when you put them into a new tank. The Echinodorus, this is Mia's favourite plant, as you were saying earlier. I was speaking to the guy in the shop, something fishy. I think it's Mike. I don't want to get that wrong. Anyways, oh, is that the pleco? Oh, you can see the lip of the pleco. Look at it. That is the pleco's lip. That is where the pleco resides. Anyway, it's a really nice tank. You did well with the aquascape. The plants are looking great. Yeah, the plants have done really well. A lot better than I expected, in all honesty. I was expecting some dieback or melt. We've had 0, in all honesty. Bucephalandria is doing great as well. I've struggled with this in my main tank, but I'm glad to see it growing in another tank. We've got 2 types of cryptocorn, I believe, in this tank as well. I think there's like a brown variant and then like the greener one as well. Might add some more plants in the future if you've got any suggestions, but at the moment it's doing well. Echinodorus, growing great. New leaves all the time. I think this is Echinodorus leopard spot. Oh, you can see the pencilfish sparring again. They always like showing off. There's the beautiful female, by the way. She's quite shy. But she's gorgeous. The reason I got her is that she looks a bit like zebra acara, and they are a lot more expensive than the anacara. This cave here, I've seen them using it, the dwarf cichlids. They like going in and out of there sometimes. Hopefully this is where they'll breed, and then like that'll be nice. That'll be like their territory. Hopefully this part. I've also seen them going in and out of this area as well. However, our Pandagara here loves chilling out there as well. But yeah, sorry, you can probably tell I'm just recovering from being ill for a while, so we'll get back to seeing my ugly face who's showing off the tank. If you've got any more questions, if you want to see the tank anymore, it's in the background anyway, and I can do a bit more chat on the tank. But yeah, basically, oh, okay, so when I put the tripod, the phone back on the tripod, it held down the button on the side, and the emergency service thing showing up, and I absolutely pooped myself, so I had to swipe off that real quick. But yeah, tank's doing great. I'm actually seeing right now there is a pencilfish feeding off the wood. Wow. Yeah, there's a pencilfish eating the algae. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'll definitely check out your channel, mate. Things like this definitely. I'm glad that it tempts you back, my friend. Now that you subscribed as well, you'll be seeing new content. Hopefully it inspires you. Hopefully the content that's on my channel as well will be able to inspire. That's kind of my aim. Get people into the hobby and bring people back in, maybe. Educate people who are already part of the hobby. Yeah, it's just something that I really enjoy, and I've got all this information kind of stored in my head. And obviously I'm not saying I'm the master fish and I know everything. I have worked in an aquarium shop before, but I'd say like my knowledge is if not as good or slightly better than the average fish keeper. So I'd like to, you know, be able to educate people, bring them in, teach them things that they don't know or that they'd like to know. And you know, as I was just saying, I've got an archive of knowledge that like I've kind of kept to myself for years. So being able to tell people my experiences and what my take is on things, I'd really like to do that. And hopefully, again, the aim is 1,000 subscribers, 500 soon. And yeah, haha, same. I feel like everyone eventually works at a shop eventually. You know what? If you love fish enough, you'll end up working at a shop at some point. I kicked the door down and done a documentary for the place, the videos on my channel. I don't work for them anymore. Not in any, I think I visited there once or twice since I left. No, nothing ill, nothing malicious, anything like that. It's just we cut ties and went our separate ways. With your new tank, you're planning to get, what is the future plans for scaping? You know what? I absolutely love Seri stone. I love using wood as well, but I want to use different stuff this time. I'm gonna stay with sand. I think sand's the best, really. But I set up a pebble scape for my cousin that looked really nice, so I have to stay away from that. Seri stone I've already done. Wood I've already done. So at this point now, I've used all the basic ones that, you know, that are so easily accessible, that I want to try something different. Now I've got dragonstone in my house, and it's only one piece, but it's a nice piece, and I might buy some more. So I might use dragonstone to escape with. Apparently it's really good to, you know, use to tie epiphyte plants to. So it should like help them grow because it's kind of clay, I think it is. So yeah, maybe spiderwood and dragonstone. But I was looking, I really love the idea of getting a root, you know, a tree stump or like a big piece of wood that like it scapes the tank itself. If I could get a giant piece of wood, put that in the tank, and it's got all sorts of caves and holes in, and the plecos can live in there, and the cichlids can breathe, and all the other fish can live inside it, like it's its own world. That's what I love. See, the thing is I love aquascaping, but I also love the fish keeping aside. So I wanted, my hobby went from being primarily fish keeping to then becoming aquascaping to then being a mix of both, and that's where I am now. That I love making an aquascape, but you can see this as an aquascape, but there's still caves, there's still holes and like plants growing out of it and stuff like that. Like I love it being its own thing and growing into its own thing, and the fish can use the aquascape and live in it. I do love the look of like Iwagumi and these professional aquascapes where it's just grass with a big piece of rock or wood. But then after that, it's just boring. You're limited to maybe some school fish that swim across and maybe a pleco that isn't too happy because it hasn't got a cave. So in my opinion, I like setting up something that's quite close to what's in nature or natural, but also looks gorgeous. So I don't like anything that's got, you know, fake decor, anything that, like, I can appreciate fake decor and like fake decorations, because like I've got, my friend bought me an 8080, and the overwhelming urge to use that and set up a tank, I'm trying my hardest not to use it because it looks amazing, but this is just so much better, and it's better for the fish as well because it's like natural materials. Like it breaks down, it becomes a food source, it grows algae and little crustaceans, and like you basically got a lake or a piece of nature in a tank. You don't like, and that's what I like about the hobby. I don't like, you know, this whole commercial side and just objectifying the fish and not caring about them. I like, you know, making sure I've got the best environment for the fish, but as well making something that looks beautiful and like you can have it there and you can look at it and go wow. And that's my enjoyment of the hobby. But I think my favorite fish at the moment, oh, it's so difficult. I've got a male apistogramma in my main tank. I've got a mini snowball pleco that's gorgeous, but I think my favorite fish at the minute, this moment in time, oh, joint, because here's the thing, everyone says, what's your favorite fish? It always changes. It could change hourly, it could change daily, weekly, but I'd say my male Epistogramma hongsloi, and then maybe these Nanakara Anamola, gorgeous. Even these pencil fish, I've kept Equi's pencil fish, they like swim on a 90-degree angle, so like they stay like this near the surface, like a group of them. They look like a little choir that they're about to sing or something like that. It's weird. They all just kind of chill at the top and swim around at the top. But these pencil fish, they've got a lot more personality, and they do a lot more. They kind of explore more, and like they don't just stay near the top. They're all around the tank, and it makes the cichlids and the pleco and the other fish comfortable. So I really appreciate the Beckford pencil fish too at the moment. But I'd probably say the Nanakara and my Pistogramma hongsloi. So if that answers your question at all, I hope it does. At the moment, I'm going to create a poll. Are you... Right, let's see how this goes. Just creating a little poll in the chat there. Yeah, I completely understand. Each fish has its own personality. Mine back in the day was a Mandarin. Gobies are really cool. I've kept a peacock called gobies or gudgeon. They're great. And I've had I think it's like blue neon goby. It's like a very common one that you can get. It lived for about a week before it just disappeared in my tank, and I didn't have many big fish at the time, so I don't know what in the world happened to it. We've got some votes on the poll, so that was just me testing things with the poll there, but we're going to be doing a bit more, or a few more polls in this chat, you know, to see how people are enjoying things. Let's see. I'll end this poll now. That was just a little tester to see what if people are interacting right now. So I'll start another one now. How did you find the channel? Right, let's start this poll and see what people say. Be interested to find out where you found me. I know that I've got like kind of a viewer base between like different places. So I've got a strong viewer base when it comes to shorts. My shorts are not serious at all. I'll get up from the couch, I'll walk over, I'll start recording the tank. I'll focus on one fish. If I see something cool, I'll record it. I'll put some music on, I'll put it out there because I just think it's cool. Same again for my shrimp bowl, same again for my fish tank. The shorts are very non-serious. I did try some kind of like AI voice kind of thing, just kind of nosedived, so I think people appreciate just watching the fish generally. But my shorts are just kind of casual, just record, throw music on, that's what it is. Oh, talking about shorts, there's Joseph who joined us through the last live, I believe. Yeah, so as I was just saying, people basically view me on different platforms. So this is why I like to do a weekly live. I missed out on one last week. That's why I've done it today on my day off from work. Just because I don't want to abandon the live part. I know that there's new people that come in, like yourself earlier. My friend, I have completely abandoned your name. I do apologize, and we'll end that poll there. It's nice to see that people are interacting. Cred boy, I do apologize for forgetting your name. My head's everywhere, I think 100 miles per hour. But yeah, we get people in from the lives, we get people in from the shorts, and we get people in through the videos and the community posts as well. So I do appreciate every one of yous. As I said, kind of on a grind at the minute to try and get 1,000. I do weekly uploads, so once a week I'll do an upload. If I'm feeling generous, or I get very excited like a little child and want to put 2 videos out or more in the week, I will. And we do weekly lives. Obviously, work-life balance. I've got a girlfriend, I've got a job, I've got my own fish to take care of and other things as well. So yeah, but I do try my hardest to produce as much content out as possible. After run, but I'll check out more of your content. I appreciate you joining anyway, Cred Boy. I do appreciate that. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll hope to see you in my next live on new content. So leave a comment on one of my videos. Let me know that you watched. I'll see you later. But yeah, my girlfriend's just come in speaking of the devil. But yeah, I produce content, shorts, lives, videos, all the time throughout the week. Trying my hardest to get as much as I possibly can out. I don't want to oversaturate, obviously, the channel. Want to take my time with my videos and uploads. Probably going to work on a new video tonight or tomorrow. I'm thinking of an idea. If you've got any suggestions on what you'd like to see, leave a comment in the chat. Why you stare me down?
Because it's weird to see the live in real life.
Yeah, you used to see me on your telly or on your phone, aren't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's the female Nanakara getting very annoyed with the male. What is she doing?
That's per usual. Oh.
We might be, in my opinion, we might be due a water change. I've just seen her flicking.
What's that mean?
Oh, hang on. Just checking the behaviour of the fish real quick. I think I might need to turn the filter back on.
Is on.
Oh, do I, Joseph? I appreciate you giving the recognition to my shorts grind. I've just been spamming so many shorts because shorts bring a lot of new people in that like the short form stuff, but they also then check out the videos and then they get into the channel and subscribe and then they start interacting like yourself. So you come from the lives, but you've now been watching the shorts and the videos, so I appreciate you, Joseph. I'm probably going to have to turn the filter back on, so give me a moment.
How did you turn it off?
To plug in the light.
Oh.
But in my opinion, you don't really need the light. I think you can see me. Let me know if you can still see the light. Yeah, I think, yeah, I look fine. You can see me. There's the tank in the background. It takes away the big circle, so.
Sorry.
We're not in the room whilst you're speaking to someone on the phone. You don't need stress. Trying to view
the YouTube and it went on so short.
Yeah, by the way, the live algorithm is very weird. I was watching a guy called Sleep. He posts like shrimp videos. He's another friend I made through this content grinding this side of the hobby, and I was watching his live. It was just shrimp feeding. He weren't talking. It was just the shrimp feeding, and stumbled across the weird side of YouTube lives with fairies and some weird, like, you know, them AI NPC, like where they go and like there's music and then like someone donates and they go ahoy and like and then they go back to doing this whatever. God knows whatever the hell that is. I've just cringed myself out doing that. By the way, I probably just cringed everyone else out doing that. But yeah, basically I post fish related content. I post lives weekly. I post shorts daily. King of Aquariums and Antworld. Hello everyone. Nice to see a new face. King's Aquariums and Antworld. Nice to see a new face. If you could give a little sub to the channel, that'd be appreciated. I'll return one back. I'll make sure of it. And yeah, YouTube has gotten weird lately. It definitely has. It's getting weirder and weirder, and I'm afraid of what it will become. But I just create fish content. I don't do any weird stuff. I create lives, I create shorts daily, as Joseph knows, and weekly uploads on fish tank creations, fish tank related content, fish up tours I do frequently, although I have almost ran out of shop tours to do for anywhere local, which means that I might have to start going on train journeys to get some stuff. But maybe when I set up my new tank, I'll travel. I've got an idea of where I'm gonna go. If anyone this chat knows a place in the UK called Pier Aquatics, it is a store in Wigan. They do all the rare fish. They know all the importers. They've been in the hobby and part of the trade for a long time, 50 years, I believe. And they get all the rare fish stuff. Oh, you have 28 fish tanks, and here's me live and with just the one. I have one in my bedroom, a fish bowl, and this one. I set up tanks for people. I'd like to have more tanks. If I get 1,000 subscribers, maybe I will have more tanks. But for the meantime, I've got to work with what I've got and, you know, educate people, create content, and keep grinding. And hopefully one day I'll have a fish room or studio of my own. That is the goal. That is the dream. I'd love to entertain people. I'd love to entertain myself, obviously, by having all these tanks. But the hobby means a lot to me. I've been in it for 5 years. Axo Leo, nice to see another new face. We're getting loads of new faces, new subscribers in from this live. This live's done really well. If you got any questions about said tank in the background, I'll actually bring you a little closer if you want to have a closer look. This is the tank, you'll be able to view it properly. Just set this up. How do you clean the substrate? That is a interesting question. If you have corridoras, they do it for you. They turn over the sand. The fish poop goes into the substrate and gets consumed by the plants, and then that's what ecosystems are, and they kind of look after themselves. If you've got a strong filter, it'll be sucking it up. There's 2 on this, not for the fact that I want to over-filtrate, but just for the fact that I had to quick cycle the tank with an old filter. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Joseph, and I'm glad that I've given you some video ideas. It's always nice to know that I've inspired someone or gave someone any ideas within the hobby. But I'll get back on to answering your question. Some fish do it for you. They won't eat the fish poop, but they'll turn over the sand. It gets sunken into the substrate. It does its own thing. If you have gravel vacs, which I think there's one in here. It's an old one. Yeah, so this was a gravel vac that had a pump. Lost the pump long time ago. This is my old one. I gave it to my girlfriend. You can tell it's been through the trenches. So with this, you usually have a pump. You pump it, you suck the water out, and it obviously has a grid there, so it filters it. That's what all the muck is. But basically, you suck through the tube, it siphons through, and it sucks it up. If you dig it into gravel, that's fine. If you do it into sand, you don't want to do that. You lose all your sand and upset your substrate and tank, so you don't want to do that. So the best thing to do when you're gravel vacuuming, if there's dirt, you want to kind of hover it above the sand. You want to hover it above the substrate. Make sure that you're kind of getting close to any decaying food or matter on the bottom. You want to suck that up. Make sure that it's there. And if, you know, it's stuck in the grid there, what you do is you bring it to the surface. You either get a cup or your hand, you trap it. That'll basically, you know, suction into your hand. You then put it over the bucket or whatever you're pouring the water into, and then you let it go, and it drops all of that dirt and crud and fish poop and dirty stuff into the bucket, so it's not, you know, just dropping back into the tank. So that is what I tend to do. It's really helpful and handy. I might even make a video on that because I think some people would like to know that information for sure. I bred Akaras, Betas, Cribs, Odessa's Barbs, Malawi's, Lol, something breeding. I would love, and nothing more to love, to breed fish. The only fish I've ever bred is, I haven't even bred shrimp. And that's painful for me because my cousin has, and he didn't intend to. I set up the tank for him and then they bred. They haven't bred for me. No, but the 2 Nanacara in this tank, the pair, they haven't paired up, but they will eventually when they get more sexually mature. I want them to breed. Maybe the pencil fish will. I doubt they'll survive with the dwarf cichlids. I'm hoping to maybe breed. I have actually bred, but they haven't, you know, the eggs haven't hatched. Cribensis. I had the Pelvichromis taeniatus lobe, so they're known as fancy cribs. But if you search lobe crib, it's like a really yellowy, beautiful fish. I really want to keep them again. If you get me to 1,000 subscribers, or keep watching my content, share them with your friends, pushing my content out there, I'd really appreciate that, because I would love to have so many setups with different types of fish that people don't get to see. In my opinion, YouTube is very oversaturated. Okay, it's good to have the beginner stuff that people like to see, but or the common stuff, or but I'd love to breed stuff that people don't get to see. That's why I chose these Nanacara, because apparently they're quite easy to breed, but not many people post videos about them. So I'd love to, push that out there. Thanks for the advice. I started with aquarium soil, sand layer, so I wasn't sure how to clean. Yeah, exactly. It's also good as well. Sorry to cut out of what I was talking about there. Stir up, when you're cleaning, stir up the substrate, like swish it around with your hand, get into the water column, and that'll also stop you from sucking up any sand or substrate. So then you're just sucking it out of the water column. So it's always good to scrub down the glass, scrub down the rocks, and cut your plants, and then siphon it out, rather than siphon the water and then you've just got dirty stuff floating around in your fresh new water. But yeah, I'd love to breed new unusual or different types of fish. Obviously, if I can get to 1,000 or more subscribers, I'll be able to set up more tanks. Again, this is all just kind of funded by myself. As you can see right now, these two are fighting these two cichlids. It's quite not aggressive, but persistent. But the male was doing the same like a day or two ago, chasing the female. It's kind of how it happens. Eventually, they'll have an agreement and they'll be friends. But until then, this is kind of the situation. She is looking gorgeous, though. She's regained the colour, which is really nice to see. She's using all the cave systems and the rocks and wood, which is great. But yeah, I'd love to keep many more types of fish. So I definitely, in my new tank that I'm going to be setting up next month, I've got a week off. I've got a male Pistogramma Hongshloy that I love and adore. I think I'm going to get him a female and see if they breed in the community setup. I hope that goes well. Maybe not. I don't look to rehome him. I love him, and if he doesn't breed, if they don't breed, I'll take the female out and just keep it as the community as it is. But I like the idea of having an ecosystem, a community. They breed in it, whatever survives, etc. And then obviously, if there's too many cichlids in one tank, then you scoop them out and you take them once they fully mature to the fish shop. But yeah. But as I'm saying, if you can, reshare the live, reshare my channel, get subscribing, get interacting with the posts. I'd like to see some more votes on polls in future, so I get some more video ideas. If you want to see me make a video on something that you want some advice on or you're interested in, leave something in the chat now. What is something that you want to know or that you'd like an answer to, and I'll try my best to maybe make some content on it. And we've got 4 likes in. We've had quite a lot of new faces in, old faces, and my girlfriend's family as well. I appreciate everyone being in here at the moment. But yeah, battery's on 8%. So whilst I'm still live streaming, if Mia is watching, could you please bring my phone charger out of my jacket, please? But yeah, as I was just saying, I love watching fish behaviour. Right now, I can see pencilfish actually eating algae off the wood. I have used CO2 on my main tank at the moment. It isn't like the big canister with the drop checker. I have got a DIY one. It's Tropica System Bio Kit, I think it is. You get like this gel that forms, you pour water in it, forms solid, and then you put the reactor in. And it lasts about 2 weeks a packet. You get about 4 of them, so you get around 8 weeks probably worth of CO2, which is cool. So it is a it is LH lol. That is a question I'll answer for you. I'm not sure if you're aware or not. I'm not sure if anyone is aware. To let you know, LH, who I've done some lives with, I didn't do every live with him, but if you watched the previous lives, he is retired from fish keeping YouTube, unfortunately. He's still doing well, but yeah, rest in peace to his granddad. He sadly passed away, and that took quite a toll on him when it comes to content creation for fish keeping and stuff like that. He took a break for a bit, and then he decided to pack in the fish keeping side of his monster fish and stuff like that. So Unfortunately, he's no longer making fish videos, but he is now making golf videos. So if you are interested in golf videos and golfing and stuff like that, his channel name is The Golfing Show, I believe. I think it's called that. It's not the one with 700 subscribers, as he didn't want his current subscribers or fans to get confused with the channel. So he has set up a fresh one. So if you want to still check his content out, he is now making golf videos. So if you want to give him some love on there, make sure to let him know that I sent you through this live. He is now called The Golfing Show. So that is just to answer your question. CO2, as I was just about to say, I'm a novice to CO2. This tank at the moment, 0 CO2, just literally aqua soil. There is tropical aqua soil underneath the sand, nothing else, and it is absolutely thriving. Probably the best plant growth I've seen on one of the tanks I've set up, and it is doing absolutely amazing. So I'm really happy to see that. I have CO2 on my main tank. It impacted. Oh, nice to see you in the chat, Isaac's Mini Zoo. Gave each other a shout out the other day. Appreciate that, thank you. But yeah, the CO2 affecting my Valison area, that's about it. Not much growth at all. It just kind of grew the vallus. It is a cheap CO2 kit. The System Bio, it's just kind of like a DIY one that Tropica brought out, a cheap one. But yeah, I can't give an accurate answer to that, only for the fact that it just didn't work in my main tank. But I was already combating blackbeard algae. I think using the CO2 with it being a cheap kit and not a consistent flow of CO2 maybe disrupted the setup even more. So it just hasn't done well. But this is thriving at the minute. Brand new setup. No melt, no dieback, perfect growth. 0 CO2, just literally aqua soil, sand. No ferts either. Literally nothing. It's just aqua soil underneath and sand, and it is thriving. So I'm very happy to see the tank like this, brand new setup, doing so well. I think it's about two things in the hobby that misconception. People think that tanks to look beautiful need CO2. Now, if you want something to grow quick and fast results, CO2 maybe is the answer for you, but that is high tech. I prefer lower tech, easy to care ecosystems rather than the high tech stuff. Although I have dabbled into CO2, but the cheaper kits, I haven't cared to buy a big giant bottle yet. I probably will do that in the future when I set up more tanks. Sorry, got to go. Great laugh. Thanks for joining in, Isaac. Appreciate you tuning in very quick. And yeah, again, Joseph, I appreciate your kind words about this tank. As you can see here, this is the tank that I recently set up. It's looking after itself at the moment. Only 2 water changes since the actual setup. Water parameters are fine. Fish are doing great. No gasping, no disease, no nothing. Touch wood. Keeping a close eye on the fish and behaviour. Cichlids are chasing each other, but that is a natural thing when they are pairing up. But I appreciate everyone tuning in, everyone liking the video, everyone sharing and subscribing. We've gained quite a few. I've gained quite a few emails since this live started, saying that people have subscribed, so I appreciate that. HST21, if you haven't subscribed already, I'd much appreciate you if you would. You'll be able to see more lives, more shorts, more content. So I'll just give a little run over again of the plant species we've got in here real quick. So we have in the background, our big tall one is Vallisneria gigantea, I think it's called. We have Echinodorus leopard spot, I think it's called. We have Rotala walcari or walcheri, whatever. It grows like red tips. What's really cool about this spiky, like weird plant, the one that's kind of there, that one I think it is. So not the one with the red ends, but it's got like pink hue on it. I'll show you real quick. Is that when it's nighttime, I appreciate you subscribing, HST21. This plant right here closes at nighttime. So you see it nice and open at nighttime, it closes. And then when it's daytime or the light's on, it opens up again and becomes this, which I find really cool. And I don't think many people know that. So that is a cool plant. We also have Ludwigia Super Mini Red. It is thriving. It is doing really well at the moment. All these plants up to here, and they've all grown up to there now. That's for perception. So they're almost at the surface, meaning soon enough I'm going to do a 1 week update. I think my next video will probably be a 1 week update on this tank, and then the week after I'm probably going to do a fish keeping video, and then I'm going to move on to obviously probably a fish shop tour, another tank setup. I've got some videos planned. I'd like some suggestions though if you've got any. And we've got a new subscriber as well, Chloe McElwainey, I think it is. Thanks for joining the channel, appreciate that. But yeah, then we also have this. This is called Red Tiger Lotus. It doesn't stay like this. It does usually send a runner up to the surface and grow a lily pad, and then the rest will continue doing that. However, this one's kind of grew bushy, and there is a lot of growth coming from it. Again, this is to prove no CO2, just a filter. Mature filter over there. Obviously, it's a quick starter. Yeah, I appreciate you joining, Joseph. I'll see you later. My phone is close to dying too, so I might need to grab my charger in a moment. But yeah, as you can see there, the roots are growing into that aqua soil. So you can see you don't need CO2 for a tank to be beautiful. You just need a good setup from the get-go, basically. You need the right aqua soil, which I'll be honest, I've used Fluval Stratum. I've used other cheaper brands as well. But the one I have had the most success with plant growth is Tropica Aqua Soil. Now, people say you get ammonia spikes at the beginning, but if you've got a mature filter and a good sand cap on top, it tends to counter that out. So very quickly, I'm going to leave you with the fish tank whilst I go and collect my phone charger. So just enjoy the fish action for literally about 10 to 20 seconds, and I'll be right back. Everyone, I'm back. Just had to grab my phone charger as my phone is quite close to dying. What's happening, lad? Oh, the Scoutscaper. You're right, lad. Bloody hell, it's nice to see your face. I haven't spoke to you in a while. I sent you a message earlier, not sure if you got it, but appreciate you joining in. Just had to go and grab my phone charger real quick. But yeah, this lad's been doing well. We've had some new faces, some old faces, and it's nice to see your face in here, lads. Appreciate you joining in. Let's see, which isn't the filter. That's the other filter, but I think it'll do okay. Just need to charge my phone real quick. We won't be leaving that filter off for too long, but we just need the phone to obviously stay alive real quick. So with the length of this charger, we're probably not going to go back to having the phone set up over there. We're probably going to have to prop it up somewhere. Maybe there. Does that look all right to you? I think that looks nice. It's a nice angle. I'll probably have to talk if showing the tank this way. Yeah, I think that looks good. Yeah, if you can see right now, that pencilfish over there is feeding off the algae on the wood. I'll have a look now. Haven't been on Insta for a minute. Yeah, no problem, mate. I was just asking on some advice. I'll actually ask everyone in the chat right now. If you've got any advice, I'm setting up a new tank. I want to reuse the plants I've got. They're expensive, quite a lot of the ones I've got. I don't want to you know, spend a couple £100 on new plants. So I want to reuse the ones I've got and obviously maybe get a couple new ones because there's been some dieback. But basically, there's blackbeard algae, there's some strong algae on the plants. I want to get rid of that and then put in the new settle. So I was wondering if it's possible to bleach dip. I heard that's a thing that you can do. And I'm a bit skeptical and scared of doing that because I've never done it before. And I also know that, you know, putting bleach in a fish tank is not a good idea. My girlfriend's cat is not happy because she wants to get in the room and be nosy at what I'm doing and what the fish are doing. But yeah, I'm wanting to, you know, potentially bleach dip the plants before I put them in the tank because obviously I don't want them to be wiped out. Right, I'm gonna see if I can set up the tripod somewhere. This is the setup, by the way. Look how professional this is. You've got a cat tower and I'm using it as part of the setup for the live because it is the best thing in the room at the minute to use. So you can tell I'm dying, bloody hell. Right, let's get that there. Oh yeah, that looks nice. How's that looking? Yeah, everyone's laughing at me cat tower setup. I think that looks good. Would you agree? See? The advantages of your girlfriend owning a cat, the cat tower is the perfect tripod. Yeah, right. I think that is the best we're getting at the minute whilst the phone charges. Yeah, you can do a little beach. Yeah, all right, I appreciate that. It's just that I've got Bucephalandra and some crypts in there that are quite on the... They're not expensive, but I just don't want to get rid of them. I like them. I just want them not to be covered in algae and obviously reuse them for the scape. So nice one for the message there. I appreciate you responding to me. If anybody doesn't know, Scousescaper is a lad called Aquascape in Liverpool on Instagram. So there's your shout out, lad. Basically, when I first started my YouTube journey a couple of months ago, he was one of the first people to say, I'm the first Scouser that he's heard say aquascaping. So yeah, that was cool. We had a nice conversation. So check out his channel. Make sure to subscribe to him. Check out his Instagram as well. He posts more frequently on there. He posts reels and pictures. He is very, very good and a lot better than me at aquascaping. I'm a novice compared to him, but yeah, he posts competition-worthy aquascapes and content, so make sure to go give him a little look and tell him that I sent you, Adam7FishTanks sent you to check out his content. But yeah, this is kind of the setup at the minute. As I was just saying there, we've kind of got a little situation with the pencilfish at the minute. They are finding... Yeah, okay, it's reverted. This piece of wood here, it's got a bit of algae growing. But if you're watching that pencilfish there, it's been pecking at the wood. Now, this is the thing that we don't get to see. There might be some microscopic crustaceans on the wood. But I think there might... It's either that or they're feeding on the algae, which is really cool. So, yeah, it just shows that if you set up a correct ecosystem that looks after itself, the fish will feed themselves off all the microorganisms or the algae in the tank. So that's really cool to see. And yeah, I've never seen a pencilfish eat algae before, so that's baffled me, to be honest. But yeah, if you've got any more questions, any more things that you'd like to know, the viewership's kind of died down now. We've got past the hour mark at this point. We've had quite a lot of people in there. Get a little algae eater or something, lad. In this tank at the minute, I've got appreciate that, lad. Them Siamese algae. Yeah, this is the thing. I've been told about them. I might put one in now because I've moved the Pandagar in here. He's great. He's lived in my main tank for a long time. If you don't know, lad, I'm actually upgrading to a bigger tank. You probably see in my message if you just checked it then. But yeah, Pandagara, great, hardy, great little algae eater. Doesn't eat algae as good as most, but will do a good job and is a lot more hardy and bulletproof, and they do a good job although we now have a new algae eater in, this pencilfish just pecking at the wood. However, this female pencilfish doesn't like the male being in its territory, so that's cool to see that the fish are forming territories in the tank. Yeah, here's the thing, I have tried, so I was doing 4 hours lighting and I was doing blackout, so like it's basically just a short period, enough to keep the plants alive but enough for the algae to start dying out, and I was working, but the plants were starting to die at this point, so I turned the light back on and reduced the lighting, kept the lighting low, but also extended the light period. It's just kind of backfired and started again. Now there's like, it's not just Blackbeard, it's like gunk and detrite, it's so much stuff, and it's like, in other words, I just need to press the reset button, and that's why I'm getting a new tank. So at this point now, I just want to make sure that the plants stay alive and I can reuse them for the new scape, etc. But yeah, that's kind of the situation that we're at with the main tank, the Fluval Flex that I've got. So obviously, as you can see now, this is, in other words, the new main tank. It's in my girlfriend's. It's doing, ooh, don't want to extend that too far out, but you can kind of see what's going on there. If you wouldn't believe it, lad, no CO2 and nothing on this. This is literally just tropical aquasoil, no ferts and nothing, and the plants are thriving. Just shows every tank is different for every person, in my opinion. We've got 4 viewers in, 5 likes. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe. We're trying to reach 1,000 by the end of the year. So I appreciate everyone coming in. I'm not hiding my face, I'm just charging my phone. I've been showing my face for most of this live anyway, so it's probably nicer to see the fish, as this obviously is a fish content related channel / live, etc. But yeah, BBA has been my worst nightmare, so hoping it dies off. I did have a big chunky Amano shrimp in the main tank. Decided to crawl through the hole in the main tank, and you probably know it dried up, so that was unfortunate. We have a new one in there, don't know if it's alive, don't know if it's dead. I think I've only seen it in the night time. There is a big male Epistogramma hongsloi. If it's small enough, which I think it is, in that in-between range, it probably will become fish food, unfortunately. But yeah, I think at this point now, we've been going now for almost 80 minutes. So at this point now, we're probably going to be ending the live in a moment. So I'll probably turn this background onto myself. You can probably see me on this angle. Yeah, so the plan, I'm going to be ending the live now. I know that more people have just joined back, but we've been going now for over an hour. We've got some new subscribers, new people in. I appreciate everyone joining in. Nice to see you as well, Aquascaping Liverpool or Scoutscaper joining in, lad. Appreciate that. I appreciate everyone's support, everyone's love, everyone's comments and interaction with the polls and the live. We'll be doing another live next week. Daily shorts. I'm going to be uploading some shorts after this, so check them out. New videos coming out soon. I appreciate everyone joining in. Thanks for the support and love. Let's try and reach 500 by the end of this month and 1,000 by the end of the year. I appreciate everyone's love. Thanks for joining. I'll see you later.